Ripples spreading through the banking sector, folks. Let's talk about it. March 11th, 2023. I appreciate all of you guys so much. If you can do me a favor, let's smash the thumbs up, spread this message far and wide. And if you need to get in touch with me, just head on over to my website, zachrector.com. So, how do we protect our assets? How do we protect our wealth? Where is the risk and how do we avoid it? So, right now, I do not trust any exchanges. I don't trust any stable coins. The banks I would trust with less than 250,000 in one account because that does have the backing of the FDIC, which in itself I don't trust really necessarily either. Okay, but for those of you that have that problem, I mean, it's tough to store hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars underneath your mattress. So if that is a problem that you have, M's in the bank account, then you're going to have to put it in some bank somewhere. And so no more than 250,000 in any one account. Right now, for me, it's about cash flow and staying liquid. So I'm keeping enough operational expenses and money in my bank accounts to run my businesses and pay my bills. But other than that, I am basically getting my money out of the system, quote unquote. I mean, for lack of a better term, right? And that's going to be in the form of cash in hand, silver in hand, other food essentials and little preps that we've made. And then right now, guys, it's just about staying liquid. We want to maybe buy the dip on the cryptos if that's what we're into. I just dumped my whole trading bag. Shout out to Qcoin for actually operating my withdrawal flawlessly. Took my whole trading bag. You know, I've been making money shorting Bitcoin, and that was fun. That was fun while it lasted. But just like in the liquidity crisis of the FTX collapse back in November, I took my whole trading bag that was in Tether, dumped it into XRP, withdrew it off the exchange in my cold storage wallet, so we're all good to go. Just did the same thing just yesterday. Took all of my Tether, dumped into XRP, got it off the exchange, and now we can sleep soundly at night. So, folks, just once again to reiterate the points, I'm not here to give you financial advice, but the way that I'm protecting and hedging my bets, protecting myself from the risk, and what we're looking at is counterparty risk, third party risk. So, when we have money within the banks, we're trusting the banks. When we have less than 250,000, we're supposed to trust the FDIC insurance that our government's going to bail us out. Anything more than that is uninsured, and so you're trusting that the bank is going to stay within order here, which we're seeing the first dominoes have fallen here, and the contagion is spreading rapidly. The $1 trillion question is going to be: are we going to get a bailout? Are we going to get a bail in? Who is going to come to save the day? There are reports that Goldman Sachs is trying to buy off the interest of Silicon Valley Bank. So, there's rumors right now that that's actually being blocked by the FDIC because they will think that that's going to be too much consolidation if JP Morgan was able to buy off the assets of Silicon Valley Bank. So we're going to have to just continue to watch and see here. Meanwhile, we have Joe Biden putting out tweets and telling us that the economy, the economic plan is going according to plan, right? So that, funny joke here that they make of us here on Main Street, just the average common folk trying to survive. But we have to understand right now the Fed, if we're, going to run with the assumption that they do kind of sway into the political winds and, they have interests that politically are at stake right now. They have two options, which is basically rein back in inflation, which is what they've been trying to do by raising rates and keeping them elevated. And then the problem here by doing so is that you're crushing the economy and you've effectively popped the asset bubble. That's why we've lost 2.3 trillion in value of houses. That's why the stocks are down, and that's why the 401ks have taken a hit. But you have to ask yourself, politically, what's more valuable to them, right? Crushing the economy or at least tightening the economy, seeing the value of houses drop, seeing some jobs get lost. The talks of millions of Americans losing their jobs now kind of is the expectation. Recession coming in this year, they're finally admitting. But the other side of that is if we have inflation and if we have runaway inflation, everyone gets impacted by that. So with destroying the economy and with destroying the value of real estate and popping the asset bubbles, you have some people affected. Some of the voters are affected by that, absolutely. But with inflation, you have everyone impacted when they go to pay their bills, when they go to fill up their tank, when they go to get their groceries. Everyone feels the impact of inflation. So politically, I would argue that it's more important that they rein back in inflation versus pop the asset bubble and have us in the crypto space crying because our crypto bags are down, having the real estate, investors cry because they, can't make as much money as they once were, and having the overall 401k stocks, the equities drop as well, is the better alternative for them versus everyone feeling the impacts of inflation and letting the currency debt crisis really expand. So we'll have to watch this one closely, but just to reiterate how I'm avoiding this, counterparty risk, avoiding the liquidity crisis right now, it's cash on hand, precious metals in hand, stocking up on food and essentials that I need. And so I can ride out the storm, right? And then with any deal that I'm evaluating right now, I'm just going to make sure that cash flow covers debt service. And I'm going to run with conservative assumptions when I go to buy a business, when I go to buy a piece of real estate. Right now, we're running with conservative assumptions based off the fact that we understand we are going into tough times. And I do think that the Fed is, I think that they're going to at least raise rates again one more time. 25 basis points is the expectation. And they like staying neutral. They like, being able to tell us, yes, this is what we're doing. Yes, we're going to bring you more pain. Most people, it goes in one ear and out the other, and they're just in denial about the actions that the Fed was taking and that that they have done so far, which has been the fastest rate of raising rates in history, right? Which is why we're collapsing. We're going to be falling and collapsing at one of the fastest rates in history. This time is different. This time it is much worse. But the way that I'm protecting myself is, like I said, I'm getting my utility cryptocurrencies offline cold storage wallets, so I can protect them along with the cash, along with the precious metals, and along with praying and asking God that he'll take us through to the other side. It's going to be a beautiful opportunity on the other side of this thing as we, launch and watch the internet of value grow exponentially over the next couple decades. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic opportunity, but we got to be able to ride out this storm right now. So just continue to stay tapped in. If you want to join our investment community, it's over at my website. Just head on over to sign up for the Patreon, and that gets you access to the Discord group. Just had another fantastic weekly call with the Discord group. Every Saturday we get together to chop it up in a more intimate setting. So we'd love to have you over there. I also have affiliates for precious metals. If you're looking to get some of this real money, real value that you can hear clank when you smack it together, just get in touch with us. Head on over to my website, send me a message at the contact page, or you can find the gold link there too, and they can ship the metals directly to you, or we can roll over your 401k retirement account, make an allocation to precious metals. So absolutely recommend getting the process started if it's something that you're considering, because it does take time to close out your traditional account and move those funds over and make the allocation to precious metals in such volatile times. And we see the movements happening very violently and rapidly. If that's something that you're considering, I would just recommend starting the process soon, because it does take some time, okay? So, like I said, cash on hand, precious metals on hand, and cryptocurrencies with utility offline in our cold storage wallets. God bless you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care out there. Thank you.